Hey there, this is Rick Hines, the Product Development Manager from Fender Amplifiers, and I'm with Long McQuade today at NAMM 2018 to talk about the new Hot Rod 4 series. Now the Hot Rod 4 series is 4 amplifiers from Fender's lineage. They've been around for 20 years. They're one of the most requested backline amplifiers. They're used in stages and studios around the world. So when it came time to update these amplifiers, we wanted to make sure that they kept all the magic that people love about them, but we added some player-centric modifications that we felt that players, especially more modern players, would love. So I'm going to go through all 4 amps. I'm going to start with the Pro Junior first, the Pro Junior 4. Pro Junior is 15 watts. It's 2 EL84s. It's been in the line for a long time, but people kind of have forgotten that it's just a great grab-and-go, one-tone, one-volume sort of amplifier. Now, they're really known for their great clean and overdriven sounds, but the original amps started to overdrive a little bit sooner. So one of the modifications that we did to this amplifier is we gave you more of a gradual increase in gain up to when you're getting distortion. So you get really great pristine cleans all the way up to really nice mean distortion, okay? It has one 10-inch Jensen Alnico speaker, and it's in lacquer tweed now, which is a really, really nice look. So it's not about the bells and whistles on this one, it's about pure tone. So I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna turn the volume up to about 5, show you how the chords sound, then I'm gonna increase the gain on it and play so you can hear the distortion from it. It's, like I said, great sounding, takes pedals like a champ. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to increase the gain on this. Turn the volume up to about 10. I'm going to hit it with the humbucker so you can hear that kind of really great, warm, tweed-like tone. There you go. Super simple, sounds great, works really well in the studio or on stage. I'm going to move on now to the Blues Junior 4. Blues Junior is one of our most popular tube amps of all time, and there's a reason for that. It sounds great. It's the perfect size. For a lot of people, it's the perfect volume. It's 15 watts. It's also got 2 EL84s, but it has built-in reverb. It has a built-in fat switch to engage to get a little bit more distortion, a little bit more overdrive for leads. And for most applications, it's just a great all-around amplifier. So as I said in the past, it's not about changing the things that people love, it's just about accentuating what it has. So we've actually, with the rest of the line, we've added a new speaker. It's the Celestion A-Type, which is their more American style speaker. It's got a really nice warm articulation and a great mid-range. It works perfectly with the hot rods. So we put that in the Blues Junior. And we worked with the tone overall, the EQing, so you've actually got extended low end. That's one of the things that we heard players wanted, was a little bit more low end from the amplifiers. So we extended that low end. We also gave it a warmer, creamier sort of overdrive when it kicks in. And then the last thing we did is we moved the reverb within the circuit so that it's a little sweeter, it's a little rounder sounding, and when you play, the notes and the reverb decay doesn't get in the way of your playing. So you'll see what I'm talking about when I play. I'm going to start kind of clean with a bit of reverb, and then I'm going to increase the gain on this so you can hear both tones, okay? All right, now I'm going to crank it up a little bit. All right, Hot Rod Deluxe is one of those amps that you see on stages around the world. It's 40 watts, 2 6L6s. It's got a great Fender clean that everyone loves. And then those modifications that we were talking about. what we did is we went to the overdrive side of the amplifier, and we modified the overdrive. So we're talking about a warmer, richer, a little creamier distortion, I would say. The cleans are all the things that you love from that Fender amp, but now you've got a bit of a warmness to it. You've also got the A-type speaker in this amplifier as well, which adds to that warmth and that roundness. We also modified the reverb, so it is a lot more sweet sounding, a little more musical. It sounds really, really good. And as I said, 40 watts, easy grab and go. I'm going to go through the clean channel first, then I'm going to engage the overdrive, and then it actually has a secondary overdrive where you increase the gain. So I'm going to go through that as well, so you'll hear all three sounds. Now I'm going to engage the 2-button foot switch that does come with the amplifier. And this is the first gain stage. Now we're going to go on to the secondary gain stage. So you've really got really nice warm overdrive through the entire signal. The great thing about the Deluxe and the Deville I'm going to speak about in just a moment is both of these cabinets for the amplifiers are now solid pine. That reduces the weight by about 3 or 4 pounds, but it also, people feel there's a sonic characteristic to that over time, the pine starts to reverberate with the speaker and it becomes a very toneful sort of thing. The biggest thing is that it relieves some of the weight, which is helpful when you're gigging around. So as I said, 40 watts, it's a single A-type speaker, Celestion in that. I'm going to move on to the Deville. So the Deville is similar to the Deluxe, but it is 60 watts as opposed to 40. 2 6L6s and 2 A-type speakers. So you're going to have a little bit bigger, bolder low end because of that extra speaker, okay? That also has a solid pine cabinet, makes it a little bit lighter. Let me switch over now. Give you some lush reverb sounds. All right, I'm going to go on to the overdrive side now. I'm actually going to increase the volume right now. Just up the master a little bit, just to get a little bit more tone. I'm going to go into the secondary gain stage, and I'm going to reduce the reverb just a little bit. So there you go. One thing to keep in mind as well with the new Hot Rod 4s, they have a couple of cosmetic changes. We've done a steel reinforced handle on the Blues Junior, Hot Rod Deluxe, and Deville. Just makes it even more roadworthy and gig-worthy. We've done aged grill cloth, so it's slightly yellowed, kind of traditional Fender, but it just looks really nice. It's a little subtle. And then we added the cream knobs on top. That just makes it looks a little classier and maybe and also it's easier to see on stage, so when the lights go down, you can kind of tell where everything's at. So those are the 4 amps that we have launching in the line. You know, there's everything from playing at home, also to playing at big stages in studios. But those are the Hot Rod 4s. I'm Rick Hines. Thanks for joining us on Long McQuade, and happy NAMM 2018.